Over the years, Bootle has had many programmes and many consultants and many people come in and say, this is how to do it. So I'll admit that when I first heard about Cradle to Career, I was very sceptical. But what is different about this is it's actually Right to Succeed of bringing the right people to the table. When we've got the voluntary sector, we've got the local council and statutory services, and we've got schools. And no other organisation or group's ever been able to do that. And you can only make real change happen when you've got all of those people at the table, respecting each other and listening to each other. So that's why I got quite excited about it, and that's why I got on board early on.
I think the collective working idea is absolutely crucial, and I think as part of the educational landscape over the last 20 years, we've kind of lost the idea of the network for many different reasons. However, I think place-based change cements that. It's absolutely crucial that institutions, both educational and wider public and private organisations, are able to make those connections. And it's a cliche, but the silo is a dangerous place to be.
I think we're seeing more sustainable impact because, the big problem we had, particularly with all forms of funding actually in communities, is that came and went and nothing stayed. There's a so-called stickiness to it. And then I think we're dealing more and more with systemic problems. So, shifting kind of things that have been around for generations in places like poor educational attainment or lack of employment opportunities. These are big things which now place-based change is now shifting the dial on, because it's building these collaborations that reach, into Westminster policymakers through to local ward level communities.
We are very early stages. However, as I said before, we have employed 2 family connectors. They've only been in post a couple of months, but already they've had some real impact with some families, helping to get them support they didn't know was available. Then they're meeting with other families and already building connections and friendships across them. And it's small scale to us, but actually to those families, that's life-changing.
It's been an absolute privilege working with Right to Succeed, getting to know the staff that are working on Cradle to Career, and understanding the relationships that they're building within communities. That's been really important for this piece of work, because it enables us as a combined authority to better understand what's going on across the city region. But Right to Succeed colleagues have done an amazing job in building those relationships and working in a way that's collaborative, work in a way where there's clear communication, and working in a way that builds trust with communities and all the stakeholders involved.
The language needs to be not about clients and services and issues, but actually about family, community, friends. When we start talking like that and valuing the people in our community as people and for all the wonderful things and gifts and talents and ideas they bring, that's what creates trust. That's what creates community. And for me, my hope is that Cradle to Career will be strengthened by the organisations working together, but actually, eventually, that's not going to be so needed, because community is working and people are talking to each other and supporting each other, and that's what I find really exciting.